crazy day to say the least. Major League Baseball for the MLB Trade Deadline. Uh, me being a Red Sox fan, a lot of stuff happening. So, where do I begin? Obviously, the first trade that happened that was really big today, John Lester of the Boston Red Sox getting traded to Oakland, along with Johnny Gomes, former Oakland Athletic, going to the A's for basically, Cespedes. And I think that's a very good move. Um, Mainly because there's a lot of reports that apparently Lester would want to resign after the season's over. So basically, Billy Beane and the Oakland Athletics are basically renting John Lester supposedly for about a couple months. They have like the best record in all of baseball, so you think they'd make the playoffs, obviously, and then use him on October. And he's a great pitcher in the playoffs, and I know Billy Beane and everybody else in Major League Baseball know that. So that being said, them making that move to Oakland Athletics is a smart move, and it's a smart move for the Boston Red Sox because, John Lester wants to win a ring. And let's face it, the Red Sox season is basically over. They're in last place. I believe they're like 13 or 14 games out of first place, and the Blue Jays, like every team in that division is better than them. Right now, the Rays are playing very well. The Yankees are the Yankees. I mean, the Orioles are doing decent. The Blue Jays are just overpowering everybody in the freaking division. So they did that move, and also the Red Sox also acquired both Craig Kelly, was it Craig Kelly? No, Alan Craig, excuse me, and they acquired Joe Kelly from the St. Louis Cardinals for John Lackey. Now, John Lackey was probably the second best pitcher all season for the Red Sox. Obviously, the first one was Lester. This one was Lackey. Lackey's getting older, obviously, and his ERA this year was kind of like at some starts he looked really good, and in other starts he just looks kind of. So getting a guy that can play both first base and the outfield, and Alan Craig, who's usually done well this year, not so much. But Joe and getting a young arm like Joe Kelly, it's a really good acquisition from them because obviously they need also now help in the pitching rotation now that you know Lester's gone and now that Lackey's gone. So they need more depth in the pitching rotation. You look at Workman, he struggled. Alan Webster, he's had one start, he's good in it though. Uh, De La Rosa is inconsistent, so that's what that trade. And you move on to another trade the Red Sox did, and I think it was the first time since 1997 the Boston Red Sox had made a trade with the New York frickin' Yankees. And they traded away Stephen Drew, who was batting like 197 or something retarded, stupid like that. They traded him for Kelly Johnson. I'm thinking, well, Kelly Johnson can play like every position besides catcher, so yay. I mean, I don't know what to think of that one. But anyways, and then you had the bigger moves. I mean, look at Detroit Tigers acquiring David Price for a box of cookies. No, seriously. No, but they trade away um, the God damn it, the Tigers traded away. It was a three team trade. They got David Price, the Tigers did, and then in return also had to deal with the Mariners. So it's kind of like three teams: the Mariners, Rays, and Tigers. Tigers got, like I said, David Price. Mariners got Austin Jackson, who I think would be a nice fit for them in Seattle. Because Jackson's not really a power guy; he's more of a batting average kind of guy. So he I think he'll do fine. And then the Rays got Nick Franklin and a couple other prospects in the deal, so it's kind of like but yeah, obviously David Price, a guy who won the Cy Young stuff a few years ago, and they also have Scherzer and they have Verlander, so they have like a three-headed monster right there at the rotation. It's just like can't wait till they face the Red Sox. That's gonna be great. And then you have another trade between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the New York Yankees. The Diamondbacks got rid of Martin Prado. He's a guy that again can play multiple positions. He can play the outfield, he can play third base, he can play second base. So it's a little nice acquisition for the Yankees. Um, what else was happening today? I gotta remember all this because it seems like everything was happening at once. I know there's like a lot of trade proposals. A lot of them didn't go through, obviously. Some are like, "Oh, you get this, you get that." No. But yeah, I mean that's mainly the gist of it. I mean, I can't really remember what else happened. I mean, I know recently Justin Masterson got traded to the Cardinals. Oh, here you go. The Nationals acquired Asdrubal Cabrera from the Indians. He's a nice shortstop for them. Okay, yeah. The Baltimore Orioles must be desperate for freaking pitching. If you want Andrew Miller, he sucks. Okay, like I said it on my Facebook. I don't care about us losing Miller and Drew. They all suck. Losing Lackey and Lester, obviously, especially Lester. Lester was like, other than Ortiz, he's my favorite Red Sox. He was my favorite Red Sox on the team, player. So it's kind of like him being gone was kind of like. But with that being said, I mean, and the Mariners got Euphoria, the Brewers got Para, and also I believe the Atlanta Braves got Emilio Bonifacio, who at one point looked like he was going to lead the league in freaking stolen bases until I guess he gave it up to D. Gordon. Because now D. Gordon has like 60 stolen bases on the season. Freaking ridiculous. But hey, so my fantasy team. But with that being said, that's basically the gist of it. Of the trade deadline today. I'm sure there'll be like a couple other like minor moves, like oh this guy for a minor leaguer and he's not really like an all-star or anything, so not really any big names per se. But that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Baseball fans, what you guys think of the trades? Who's the winners? Who are the losers? That's it for me.